Okay, now from here on out, you're going to actually be moving your workers. Now, there are 3 movement rules. Rule number 1 is simple enough. You have to travel along roads. For example, I would not be able to go from here to here because there's not a road connecting them. I can, however, travel there, 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 or there because there are roads connecting them. Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you cannot travel onto or through a spot that you already have one of your workers on. So, for example, if this 2 decided to go 1, 2, right, paying yellow 1 coin for using the road, he would not be able to do that because one of the blue workers is already on that tile. Okay, so that's the second rule. And then, of course, the third rule is they have to move the exact number that's printed on them. So, for example, peasants have to move exactly 1 spot. Knights have to move exactly 2 spots. Wizards have a 3 in them. Wizards have to move exactly 3 spots. And when they do this, they cannot backtrack or anything. For example, if I was a wizard, I wouldn't be able to go 1, 2, 3 and take the same action and have to do a different action. But those are the 3 movement rules. Okay, so let's play around and see what happens. So, red still has a first player marker, so he goes first. He can either move the knight or the peasant first. Doesn't really matter, right? He's going to choose to move the knight. 1, 2, use yellow's tile, so yellow is going to get 1 coin from the bank for that. But what does this mean? It means builds 2 roads, so he takes 2 roads and he builds them anywhere he wants. He wants to choose right there and right there, so he does not have to pay yellow a coin to do that. Now yellow and red can both do that for free. Blue would have to pay a coin, and blue would choose which player to pay a coin to in that case. Okay. Then it goes to blue. Blue chooses to move this guy too, so 1, 2. What does this mean? He advances 1 on the government track and can activate 1. Okay. Here is the government track, and they all do different things: money, resources, magic, cards. In this case, blue is going to choose to use this one, moving forward 1, and this activating 1 is actually optional. He's going to choose not to do that because once you activate on the government track, you actually go back to the beginning. Okay, so let's say he did activate that, right? He activates this, it's going to go all the way back to the beginning of the track, and he would get 1 resource of his choice. Okay, let's say that he chooses to get an ore, right? So he does decide to do that. Yeah, so you don't have to, right? So you can continue to move up until then you activate it later, get whatever under that, in that case 3 gold, then you go all the way back to the beginning. So that's how the government track works. Okay, so now it's yellow's turn. Yellow has a peasant here, 1. He's going to move it 1 along here, boop, just getting a wood, nothing too exciting there. Back to red, okay? Now, notice that these are laying down. That means that that action has already been taken. No one else can take that action this round. So blue, for instance, will not be able to take this action. Yellow, on the other hand, would be able to take that action still because it's standing up. And because it's standing up, it has not been taken this round. So red, for instance, red would not be able to do that because it's already been taken. However, red may go like this, and because that's not laying down, it has not been taken, to activate that. In this case, he's going to choose to get 1 magic crystal. Okay, blue's turn. Blue, 1 right, cannot go there, but he could go over here. That's perfectly fine. Taking 2 bricks is what that action is right there. Okay, and then finally yellow. Yellow, this is their knight, can move 2. He's going to go 1, 2, activating this, that gets them a coin from the bank as well as the first player marker. So from here on out, yellow is going to be the first player until that is taken from them. Okay, so it is the end of the round. It is a building phase. In this case, yellow is going to start with the building phase. They can build a building or a country tile. They're going to choose to spend a brick and a wood, in this case, to build a building tile. A wizard's court costs a brick and a wood, so they're going to take this. They're going to place it anywhere as long as it's touching 2 tiles and connected by a road, right? And then, of course, marks their territory like that. Okay, red's turn. Red doesn't have any resources. Blue's turn. Blue can buy something, but he's actually saving up for later. And the last part of the round is actually standing all of these guys up like this, showing that these actions have not been taken yet this round. So it's yellow's turn. Yellow is going to go 1, 2, grab himself an ore. Red's turn. Red is going to go, I was going to go 1, 2, but that's not connected, huh? So never mind, I can't do that. Red will just go 1, 2, getting a wood. Blue's turn. Blue really needs a wood because what he is going to try to do is he's actually going to try to build this recruitment station, right, which will give him another guy, which requires a brick, a wood, an ore, and 1 of his choice. Okay, so Blue's going to try to get a wood somehow. This little peasant is going to go here, and you choose from wood or magic crystal. He's going to choose to get a wood. Like that. Okay, back to yellow's turn. Yellow moves his peasant. He's going to move his peasant right here, receiving an ore in that case. Back to red. Red is going to move his peasant. He's going to move his peasant here, receiving 2 woods. And then, of course, back to blue. And blue is going to move this guy 1, 2, getting a card. Okay, and he's going to choose to actually get a spell card this time. So that's it. In between rounds, you start. You have 2 ores. You're going to spend both of those ores to build himself a warehouse. Going to stick it right there, claiming that. Okay. Red's turn. Red has all of these resources, brick, brick, wood. He's going to choose to spend the brick, brick, and wood to get the Architect's Hall. Okay, putting it right there and claiming it. Okay, blue's turn. Blue has all the resources needed for this. Brick, a wood, an ore, and one of his choice, which is he's going to use a brick in this case. Okay, so he builds a recruitment station. And what happens when you build a recruitment station is you actually get a peasant, if you have one here. If not, you have to upgrade to put a peasant back here to put it on the board. Unactivated on any empty city tile. Okay, so blue's going to stick that right there. So for the rest of the game, blue now has 3 workers, which is fantastic. And also, this building is going to be worth 5 coins at the end of the game, so these also give you coins. That's the end of the round, so all the guys once again stand up. As you can see, that was a pretty easy round. This game goes pretty fast if everybody knows what they're doing and what's going on. This game plays about 15 minutes per player, so a 2-player game is about half hour. This game probably 45 minutes with 3 players. But let me fast forward a little bit, show you some other things that can be done, and the final scoring round.